Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 32 of our SkyFactory 2.5 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So if you recall last episode, that was part 1 of our Abridged edition Thaumcraft, where we're pretty much gunning straight for our Silverwood wand and node stabilization before we really start diving into Thaumcraft and kind of the meat of the mod. So, last episode we got our Arcane Infusion going, we got our alchemical furnace set up, we got our alchemical construct set up, and also made our gear. We did quite a bit, I feel like. So this episode we'll go ahead and pick back up where we left off. And for those of you that are kind of ready to get out of Thaumcraft into something else, next episode we will be doing something a bit different, so, and not magic related. So but let's go ahead and jump on in. I've already done some prep work, got some essence built up, and got some ethereal essence and some more Salus Mundus, some more balance shards, some niter, and just all around just did a bit of work on that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and grab our Salus Mundus and our inert thaumium cap. Now, if you recall, these... Let's see. There we go. These just require Ordo, Ignis, and Air. I've got all that stuff. Or no, I'm sorry. They take Potentia and Aurum. I was like, no, I don't have it all. Okay. Potentia, I've already got 28 of that. But now Aurum, the best way to get that is just cooking down this ethereal essence. So I think we're going to go ahead, let's see, how much of this will we need? 12 minimum. We'll go ahead and cook that down. And while that's cooking down, let's go ahead and kind of stabilize this altar a little bit. So if you notice, if we look in here at the thaumium wand caps, they do have a moderate instability. And the best way to kind of fix that instability is by balancing out your altar. So, oops, wrong. Where'd it go? There. Okay. And the best way, the easiest way, you can do like crystals and candles and everything, which we will eventually build this underground, like basically just a stabilization area. I'll probably set that up after this episode, and kind of have this come down, I think, a little bit, and I think I can kind of spruce it up and make it look good, maybe. If not, we can always go above, but I have an idea for what we're going to do above this, so I kind of don't want to go up on that. But the best thing that we can do right now, the easiest thing, is just using heads. And we've got a bunch of these Enderman heads, so we'll just go with that. Now, the headcrumb heads do work for stabilization, so you're more than welcome to use those. The Ender IO heads, if I recall, do work. But basically, we're just going to go through and just stabilize this altar by putting these Enderman heads down and making sure that everything is basically equaled out. So if we have an Enderman head here, we need to flip it over the axis and put one there. And the same here would go there, here would go there, here would go there, etc. And we'll also do this. And the more of these you put down, the better. Now there is a cap. I want to say it's like 150 items or something like that is maximum stabilization. So after that, you know, you're not going to be able to stabilize it anymore. We'll go ahead and do that. And from my experience, it doesn't really matter which way they're turning, just as long as there's a head there. So, okay, that's gonna make it all dark. Go. Okay, we've still got a bit of these, so let's go. We'll just keep piling heads up around the altar. Now, once we set this up for real, we're not just going to use heads, because there's a way that I like to set this up with like a glass floor so you can see down in it, and I like to use the crystals and candles and everything. They look good and whatnot. So this is just going to be a hubjub of heads for right now. Okay, put that there. Alright. There we go. We have like Enderman Head City right here. Okay, that works. Plus we can walk on these, so I'm not too concerned about that. Plus we're like always hovering anyway, so I love hover mode. Once you have the power and everything, it's like probably one of my favorite things to get. So let's go ahead and empty out this Perdito. And then we'll grab this Aurum. But yeah, basically any kind of occult item, which primarily what you're looking for is heads, crystals, candles. I think that's the main things. That's the things I always use, so to get this stabilized. So, but all right, so we got our Aurum now. Let's go ahead and get our wand caps stabilized, and we're gonna need 3 of this. Let's go there, there, I think that's what we're gonna do. And always keep some of this stuff on hand, because stuff can fall off of the altar and get destroyed, and that's when instability hits, so just be aware of that. So we'll go ahead, it's gonna absorb our essence, and we're just going to watch this from above, because if stuff gets destroyed or things start messing up, what's going to happen is it's going to start drawing more essence and causing flux and all kinds of just bad things. But that one went off without a hitch, so we've got our very first charged wand cap. So let's go ahead and set up another set here. Which honestly, with this many heads, we should be pretty stable for right now, I should think. Unless we let it, you know, if we don't have enough V or something, it could go bad. So you always want to make sure you have enough, or not V, but essence in your jars in order to fuel this. And honestly, it's got a pretty decent range in which it can pull from jars. I want to say it could probably pull from back here, but we're only going to use this jar method very temporarily, so I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, so we got that. And now the next thing that we're going to want to get is the wand core itself. So we're going to need 1 of every shard, balance shards, and then a bit of just all the standard essences and Percantia, which I've got all of that good to go. And if we look in here, I've got balance shards. So let's go grab, let's see, grab that Silverwood. Let's go ahead and like pretty much clear out our inventory so we've got space to hold all this stuff. Why can't I pick that up? Oh, because I'm holding that, that's why. I mean, I'm open. I have that open. Duh. Okay. Okay. So we should be good. Let's just run over here. There we go. We'll see how that quarry's doing right now. Last time I was in the deep dark, it looked like it's pretty well almost done, if I recall. Alright, let's grab, we'll just grab all of these. We'll grab all the water. Fire. Air. Which, if you recall, making these shards, like kind of like manually was kind of a pain in the ass. So I do suggest getting a quarry set up for that. It was just kind of involved and not as easily automated, I guess, as I would like. Okay, I know I've got ordo shards in the AE system, so from what we were using yesterday, or last episode. Order shards, ordo, but same difference. Okay. And you know what, I should probably grab another couple silverwood logs. If you can, now there's times I don't do this because some things are just way too expensive to really justify it, but if you can, always try to have spares of everything that you're putting on here, because if things get destroyed, it's just not happy times. So put that there, and then we need that, and that, and that. That sounds good. What shard is that? That's white. Oh, the order. Okay. Alright. Actually, let's go ahead and move this one over to there, I think. Okay, and that should be everything that we need. Let's double check it. So we've got all the different shards, a silverwood log, and then let's double check. We've got at least 9 of that. 9. Okay. So we are good to go, I'd say. So we'll go ahead and click this, and let's just keep an eye on everything. Because this infusion does take a little bit of time, because there's so much essence that it has to pull in. If we come up here, okay, it's just about done with essence. It's going to start pulling in the shards. Whenever that lightning comes out, it worries me. Alright, there we go. So that went off without any problems. Probably because of the amount of heads that we have. And so let's come down here. I need to get this stuff moved up. Since last episode, I mainly just worked on getting things ready for this. So, or this episode. We'll go ahead and throw that stuff in there. Okay. So now, let me go ahead and switch over my chest piece. And we'll get our brand new wand. Oh, I'll put the wand caps up. Okay. Good job, me. Okay. So we'll get that. And then it is pretty expensive. You're going to pretty much need a full wand. If you notice, 49.68, and that's with... Oh wait, we can actually save just a little bit here. 48.6. So basically you're going to require a full gold banded grey wood wand. But now this one has 100 capacity, as opposed to this one's just 50. So we should be good now. We're going to have to get that charged, and usually at the beginning I will keep both of these charged up, or get both of them charged, and that way we can just carry more V in our wands. Let's see here. That. Okay. And the next thing that we're going to want to get into is node stabilization. If you notice, we're going to need a bit of Aqua, Terra, and Ordo for these node stabilizers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the deep dark and start filling up our wand and doing some nodes in a jar, and then we'll also build up these. We'll focus on nodes that have Ordo, Terra, and Aqua first, so that we'll have them on hand. And node in a jar, we're just going to need a bit of glass and a bit of slabs and a lot of essence. So, a lot of V in our wands. So let's go ahead and we'll grab a bit of glass here before we get going. And tell you what, let's grab 4 stacks of that. We'll grab a stack of slabs. Now we should be good to go. I'm actually going to hold on to that stuff. Alright, so I'm going to head on to the deep dark. I'll bring you guys back in a minute once I get the wand charged and we can do our first node in a jar. And, yeah, so I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. So it took me a little bit. I wanted to find a good node for us to get our very first node in a jar. And I did find one here. Got a decent amount of Ordo, Air, and Terra. A little bit of Aqua. And that is the 3... everything in there but air is what we need for the node stabilizers. So that's definitely something that I was aiming for, and we kind of got lucky on that. So let's go ahead. We'll just lay it out like this. Actually move that. And the nice thing is, if you're down here looking for nodes, if you do have the tier 5 jetpack, you can generally go so fast that the mobs won't spawn around you. If you notice, like, I'm getting a couple little things here and there, but nothing too crazy. And if anything does come up, I can just smack it. So not too big of an issue. Then we'll lay our slabs on the top here. Let me zoom over here and dump off some of this junk we don't really need. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll just right click this, and that's going to give us this node. And there we go. So we got our very first node in a jar. We got a pure pale. So not the best thing. You're generally going to get pales, which kinda but there's a decent chance that you can get better. Now if there's blood magic in the pack, it's actually a whole lot easier to, that's a weird design. It's a whole lot easier to get better nodes, or get them moved over a bit easier. But I'm going to continue flying around, maybe get another node or two, and then I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I just wanted to bring you in because I found an unstable node here. And basically this thing will pull anything around it in, and it's going to eat stuff and get stronger and bigger and everything. Like if I stand here and don't touch the... not right here, I guess. Yeah, see how it's pulling me in? I have to like kind of fight it to get away. It is possible to pull from these, and they're usually pretty strong. Now, if you don't have a good jetpack, I wouldn't suggest it. Because, like, I can kind of fight it right now. But we're going to go ahead and break it. Because it's actually... a fairly good source of ethereal essence. Oh, no, we're not. It's taking forever to break that. But I just wanted to pull you in and show you that. And Anyway, I'll be back in just a minute. I did find a really, really good node. Just had to build up some more essence for that, which we actually have enough now, so we'll run over there and grab that. It's actually just right here. No, you don't. No, you don't. Get all this shit out of here. Okay. So this node that I found is Ordo, Aqua, and Terra. So definitely a nice one. We're going to have to do a little bit of clearing out here to give us space to do this. Yeah, no, you're there. There you go. Okay. You notice it's kind of quiet right now in the deep dark, but I think that's because, like, when we just go flying like super fast through here, the mobs don't tend to like kind of group up or anything on you as bad. Okay. So grab that. And once again it's gonna come out as a pail, but that's okay. So we've actually got a decent amount of the stuff that we're gonna need to make the node stabilizers. So I'm going to continue gathering a bit more essence and try to get a good Ignis node, and then I'll be back. Okay, I just wanted to bring you back really quick. I finally found the perfect node that I was looking for. So we've got everything currently except for Perdito and Ignis, and this one is perfect for that. So that way we'll have at least one node that produces each type. So we'll grab this one. Why does it keep giving me bullshit? Okay. We'll do this one last time. Or at least for right now. I figure maybe next episode we might start covering like node feeding and whatnot. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Not next episode, but the next magic episode. So now we got our Ignis and Perdito one. So we've got all the elements covered. So I'm going to head back, wrong way. Yeah. I'm going to head back to the base, and then I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, welcome back. So I went ahead and got our wand all the way charged up and everything, and just got back to the base. So what we're going to do before we actually set these down, now you could just set these down just right over here, and what they would do is they would start feeding off of each other, and you know, one would kind of become like the alpha, but it would absorb elements from each other node, which we'll get into that. But for right now I just want just straight nodes. These three will be perfect for, oh yeah, that's right, I got this essence, but these three will be perfect for, you know, what we're trying to get. And so what we're going to want to craft here is going to be this node stabilizer. So it's fairly easy. Arcane stone bricks, niter, blocks of quartz. That's why I've got this stuff made up. And we're going to want a few of these. Piston, blocks of quartz. Sorry, I was thinking we may not have to, to get, which I can't remember if I mentioned it, but they did make it, I think I mentioned it, but they made it so that Terra steel can be used from the fluid cow. So we have 211 blocks of Terra steel at the moment, so we're pretty well set on that, I'd say. Get some pistons. What else did we need, or was that it? gold. Okay. So grab that. And honestly, right now, we're just going to build 2 of these. Because as long as, you know, we've only got 3 nodes, and if a node has a node stabilizer on it, it's not going to be able to pull from or give to other nodes. So we really only need 2 of them with it for right now. And that. And that. Okay. So we should be good to go. And for right now, we'll just put our node stabilizers right here. I think. Yeah, we're going to do it like that. Everything looks good. Okay. And we'll set down our first one. I'm thinking... yeah, we'll do this here. This one's going to go right here. Okay. And then to open them up, just right click them and it's going to break it. That activates the node stabilizer. Now you can turn this off by putting a redstone signal on it. So let me grab, say, a lever here and I'll show you. Alright. So if we give that a signal, it's going to kind of turn the node stabilizer off. So we can kind of turn it on and off. Now I am going to eventually put another one here just so we can kind of cycle these on and off as we need to. Because the thing is, when they're in a node stabilizer, their recharge rate's going to be cut in half. So, you know, what you can do is you can set up multiple node stabilizers and kind of cycle these on and off. And that way they can get their full recharge. But honestly, we should be fine. You know, unless we just are constantly doing a bunch of expensive crafting or something, we should be alright with this. For right now, anyway. And we'll put another one there. And there we go. So we've got our nodes set down. Like I said, next episode for this we'll start covering node feeding and do a bit more with Thaumcraft. But I do think that we're going to end the episode out there. Now we have all the different elements right here. So if we need something, we can just come over here. We can get our essence from it. And yeah, and we'll keep bringing nodes back and everything, you know, as we can. And actually, you know, we could do really quick, I think. We'll cover that next episode too, I think. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the episode out there. And if you enjoyed it, as always, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very much appreciated. Next episode, I do believe we're going to create an RF Tools dimension and go to some of those and kind of check them out and everything. Because if we can actually find the dimlet and supply it with enough power and everything and kind of get it balanced out, we could actually make a world that is nothing but draconium. I mean, not nothing but draconium, but, you know, that's going to be like the primary ore and everything there. So it would be kind of nice to start getting into. I mean, at the moment, let's see, we've got barely any draconium. It doesn't build up quickly. Now I still got to go back to the end and mine up that stuff that we found. I haven't done that yet, but even still, I mean, it takes a while to just passively generate very much draconium. So if we could make a world with RF Tools that had it, but the thing is, I haven't found the dimlet yet, so that doesn't help us too much. But I'm gonna keep my eyes out for it, and we'll see. Maybe we'll find it or whatever, but it is going to be a pretty rare one. So, like, if we look it up here, it is a rarity 6, 200,000 RF per tick creation cost, 100,000 for maintaining it, and 2,000 ticks for tick cost. So, kind of expensive, but yeah, we'll see. But we'll at least start messing with it, and that way we can go and, you know, have an additional place to go gather aura nodes and things like that. So, but we'll go ahead and dive in that. If you're familiar with Mistcraft, it's pretty much the same as Mistcraft, but honestly, I like it a little bit more, personally. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to end the episode out there, and until next episode, do take care, and I hope to see you then.